Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joey G right back at you again on this Friday night, TGIF, right? Thank God it's Friday, man. Off again till Tuesday, in a good mood, you know how it is. But, real quick, well, not real quick, you know me, I usually yap about a lot, but, Smackdown results, I'm going to tell them to you straight up the thing. And one thing I'm very glad at with the WWE nowadays is that the bunny is getting out of the picture. And if you can see, Adam Rose's character is finally getting big. Like, you could tell, like, the mascara, even though that's kind of corny for a man to wear mascara. But, I mean, you could see it, like that evil. He's got an evil look to him, Adam Rose. I never, like, looked at him close in the face. I mean, I did when he was Leo Kruger, when I watched NXT on, you know, on the internet. But I never saw, like, that evil side. And you could see he could be a really evil dude. And I think he could be a really evil heel. You know what I mean? Just like Bo Dallas. I mean, I see things on the internet all the time. Will Bo Dallas and Adam Rose make it in WWE? I always thought Bo Dallas was. Now, in the last month or so, it's been seeming they've been bringing Bo down. Bo was over. And he still is over. I just don't understand, you know, what's going on. And now it seems like they're pushing Adam Rose more. But thank God he's getting rid of that gay-ass bunny. But I know tonight on SmackDown, him and the Bunny are in a tag team match against it's Adam Rose and the Bunny against Stardust and Goldust, the Dust Brothers, you know, smoking them sacks of wet. But also in the beginning of Raw, Vince McMahon makes a surprise appearance. Comes out to the highlight reel with Chris Jericho. They're in Liverpool, England. Vince makes fun of the crowd, says Liverpool sounds like a skin disease. You know, it does. Liverpool. Like, Liverpool. I got Liverpool. I got Liverpool. I got Liverpool. Like, it does sound weird. Even though the Beatles are from there, but that's okay. The greatest rock and roll band of all time is the Rolling Stones, and that's real rap, they are. The Rolling Stones, ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stones. Get your yah-yahs out. But, that's the greatest rock and roll band of all time. I'll end that conversation real quick. Mick Jagger's the man. Alright? But, yeah, SmackDown. Real good match that I heard stole the show on SmackDown that you do not want to miss. Dolph Ziggler against Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. I heard this, and it was a three-way elimination match. Tyson Kidd got eliminated first, but I heard this match they said was candidate for match of the year. Like I said yesterday, and basically almost every show I said this year was like the worst year ever in wrestling, besides 1993. 2014 sucked. I mean, just sucked. I'm still like waiting, like I said, for WrestleMania 30, even though it's WrestleMania 31 coming up in March in 2015. But I hear this match tonight on SmackDown. I'm not gonna miss it. I'm gonna try to get, you know, some video footage and put it on YouTube for you folks. That it's Ziggler, Cesaro, and Tyson Kidd, and they tear the house down. I'm talking about match of the year candidate. That's exactly what I heard when I heard about these spoilers. So you want to catch that match tonight on Friday Night SmackDown, for real. Also, SmackDown should be going to Thursday night soon. I know that there's going to be a brand split. I don't know if the King of the Ring world title is supposed to come in and going to be the other belt. It's not going to be bigger than the WWE world title, but it's not going to be small. The WWE World title is still going to be bigger, but they're going to make it seem like the King of the Ring World title is just right up there with it. But we all know, even when the World title was there, the only reason for maybe like a little bit I might have thought it was big is because Triple H had that reign of terror. You know what I mean? And he was. I mean, let's face it. He held Raw on his back. Triple H did. I mean, he fought he might have lost at WrestleManias, and he might never be able to call because Triple H has got way more losses than he does wins at WrestleManias. But, I mean, that dude has put people over. And anybody who says Triple H hasn't put people over, same thing with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan I don't really like, you know what I mean? He doesn't, but he has put people over. You can't say Hulk Hogan hasn't put people over. I mean, you can't blame him when he doesn't want to put, you know, Billy Kidman over and they had that dumbass feud in WCW, you know, for real. I mean, but he's put The Rock over twice. You know what I mean? For real. He's put people over plenty of times. I mean, he's putting people over. You know, for real. He has. I mean, personally, I think Shawn Michaels should have had that match in 2005 SummerSlam. Yeah. I think, you know, Randy Orton in 2006 SummerSlam, Hogan couldn't barely even friggin' move. And originally, and I want to get on to what else I'm talking about the Eagles. Originally, this whole thing with Rusev, you know, with him, and remember when The Rock came out when they were in Brooklyn, and you know how Rusev was dissing America. Hogan was originally supposed to be the one. I mean, I am even that, or even this WCW song, which they would never play. Vince would never have played. That's the most horrible intro song ever. When he was a face in WCW, and he was born and raised in the U.S. of A. I mean, that's just, I mean, like, that gives me, like, friggin' an upset stomach, that song. Like, seriously. I mean, he was born and raised in the U.S. of A. I mean, oh, man. At least Savage, when he came to WCW, had the, oh, yeah. I mean, he still had the music. And by the way, when Savage was in WCW, I heard on the Eric Bischoff. By the way, the Eric Bischoff DVD, his shoot is great. Anybody, you gotta watch it. I mean, he shoots, but he says nothing about TNA. That's a shame. He says nothing. I mean, he answers some good questions. He does not like ECW, though. I mean, he goes out and blatantly says it. He said the WWE, he's like, I might have said some crazy shit in the past. He's like, yeah, I want to put Vince out of business. He's like, hey, how long were we getting our asses kicked? He's like, you know, and finally, he's like, you know, Kevin Scott came back. We formed the NWO. He's like, and before you knew it, he's like, you know, 5 months ago, we were back and forth with these guys. And, you know, in the beginning, we might have beat them, you know, before Kevin Scott even jumped. And, you know, then, you know, they were basically beating us and calling us old guys. But then we get Nash, you know, and Hall, Diesel and Razor. And then the NWO formed them by, what, October, November of 96? The Thanksgiving of 96, they were killing Raw, you know. But Bischoff said we always knew we had WWF at that time, WWF right behind us. We knew that they, you know, that Vince wasn't going down a foot. But Bischoff says it. Paul Heyman and ECW were not a threat to us. And I'll be honest, I'm from Philadelphia, and I love ECW, but you know, I like WCW better. I mean, it's real. I mean, it was televised wrestling. I mean, ECW was on at 1 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean, on a Saturday night. I mean, for real. And if you really want to see it, you had to get it from a tape trader, or you had to have the internet. And the internet was a baby back then. The internet was a baby back in 96, 97. For real. I mean, they didn't even get their first pay-per-view in 97, and their pay-per-view rates were low. But I don't know what Bischoff's talking about, pay-per-view rates low, because WCW's pay-per-view rates were low, too. They might have won the ratings on TV, but WWE's pay-per-views were always higher than WCW's and ECW's. For real. I'm WWE, WWF, WWF for life. That's the real deal, for real. I mean, I like WCW. I did like it. I just don't like the way it's been treated. Like I've heard, like, Kevin Nash was treated like shit, you know, when he came back. And let's face it, I mean, he held it. I mean, well, it was with Shawn Michaels and the Clique, but him and Razor, I mean, during that period when Hogan left, I mean, and then Savage was just doing the announcing when he should have been in the ring, you know what I mean? Because he still could go. At 40, whatever he was, 42, he still could go. But, I mean, you bang Stephanie McMahon when, you know, you're 40 years old and she's 16, 17, and she didn't even have the woo-wahs, the boobs like that yet. And that's the boss's daughter. I mean, and he, like Hogan said on the interview, I mean, you know, all the times I was back there, you know, this is when Hogan was in TNA, he was talking about this. He was on an interview on the internet, and he said, when I've been back there for the SummerSlams against Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton, for my Hall of Fame in 2005, he said, and, you know, in 2007, I came back for a minute, you know, to make an appearance. He's like, I never heard the Macho Man. He's like, the Macho Man's name is mentioned more here in TNA than it is in WWE, in WWF, where he's from, where everybody remembers the Macho Man with the WWF, not WCW. I mean, he was there in WCW. He boosted their ratings. But everybody remembers the Macho Man as the Macho King with Sherry, with him against George Steele. Remember when George Steele used to bite the turnbuckles and Macho Man would put Elizabeth in front of him? Macho Man, God rest your soul. Still one of the best. I'm sorry if I look like Joey Mercury. What do you call it? Macho Man, Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude, God rest your soul. Straight up. And Jake the Snake, Scott Hall, hanging there. Straight up. And DDP, everybody I know can't believe it, I am a DDP fan. Bang! And Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me. Now my other reason why the Eagles will beat the Packers this Sunday. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the Eagles are better. And Mark Sanchez, like I said, he we have walked into an apocalypse. We have gotten literally. I'm going on target in a year. 2 years tops, Mark Sanchez. I mean, people out there, you can laugh. You former Jet fans, you idiot Jet fans who've never won dick. The Giants did, and I'm a Giants fan. I will admit that. People are probably saying, how can you be an Eagles and Giants fan? Well, I am, okay? I like the Eagles better because, I'm from Philadelphia. I live in Philadelphia. But right behind the Eagles, I like the Giants, and that's just how it is. When they play each other, it depends. You know what I mean? I look at it like this. When the Eagles and Giants play each other, if the Eagles win, I'm happy. If the Giants win, I'm not that happy, but I'm not crying. But if it's something that the Eagles need to win, they have to win, I want the Eagles, of course. You know what I mean? But if the Giants are doing real good and they need to win, and the Eagles, they're already out of it, you know what I mean? I want the Giants. I'm going to be straight up with you. But the Eagles, they're my squad. I'm from Philadelphia, and I'm going to tell you right now why they're going to beat the Packers. The one reason... The Packers ain't that great. They haven't beat a 500 team all year. Goose egg. None. Nada. All right? They almost lost to the Jets in week 2. The Jets. Sanchez's former team. That is, 1-9? 1-8? They're 1-8. They suck. I mean, Oakland's 0-9. Yeah, Oakland's 0-9. And by the way, tomorrow night, I'll give you all my football picks for Sunday. All of them. All my football picks and everything. A Survivor Series showdown tomorrow night. Tomorrow during the day, got a Grand Slam show for you. That's going to be kicking. But the Packers have no O-line. The only thing is they got to worry about is they got to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. You can't let Aaron Rodgers get open and throw to open receivers because he does have killer receivers, and he'll kill you with them receivers. And the Eagles can't get down early like 10-0. They have Sanchez now. It ain't Nick Foles. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Nick Foles. Nick Foles is good, and if Sanchez gets hurt, I mean, that sucks now if he gets hurt because we're about to put Matt Barkley in. I don't even know who else we signed. You know what I mean? All I know is Matt Barkley's there. I mean, another USC quarterback. So, I don't know. But I just think the Eagles are going to go in there, and I don't know why everybody's saying this is the game. Like, this will show if the Eagles are for real or not. They're 8-2. What do you mean, if not? Or they're 7-2. What do you mean, are they? If they lose, they're 7-3. Okay. You know what I mean? I think that's like what the Patriots are, or something near. The Cleveland Browns are 6-3. You know what I mean? The Eagles will be 7-3, but they're gonna beat the Packers. I hate to break it to all you Green Bay idiots, you Green Bay fags, but we're gonna come in there. We're the real cheese, okay? We're the real cheese. We're a big bag of cheese with the dip, okay? The Philadelphia Eagles, and we are gonna kick your ass and Aaron Rodgers' ass. Brett Favre, I will say, is one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, but he jetted. You all dogged him. That's how fans are. See, I'm true. I stay real. I'll keep it real. Hey, I like the Giants too. The Eagles are my squad though. That's my favorite team. And my favorite quarterback of all time, you all know, let me be me, Randall Cunningham. My favorite college team of all time in basketball, North Carolina. Vince Carter, my favorite North Carolina star of all time for life. NWO for life. Shout out to the Click, Mikey Noor, Stacy Click Chick. Smackdown gonna be hot tonight. Vince McMahon. Liverpool sounds like a disease. Vince be cracking me up. But yeah, Vince is surprised there tonight. And look out for the Tyson Kidd Cesaro Ziggler match. 3-way elimination match on SmackDown tonight. Candidate for match of the year. I'm telling you. A lot going on. I'm saying Cena turns heel at Survivor Series. I really think that. I think it's gonna come down to him and Ryback. And I think he's going to screw Ryback over. I think he's going to go to Ryback and go up to him at the end of the match and be like, can't see me, and just AA him and go with the authority. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, that's just that's what I would do. As a creative genius, to make things, better in WWE. But they probably won't do that, so don't get all excited, all you Cena haters. Like, I'm not a Cena hater. Actually, I kind of like the guy. I do respect him. I'm just sick of his gimmick. I'm sick of him being on Raw. I'm sick of the you can't see me. I'm sick of the pink shirts. And it's nothing about cancer. I'm just sick of him kissing everybody's ass. It's done. Kissing fat girls. Kissing friggin' retarded frog animals. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. It's just, I'm sick of it. For real. But the Eagles kick ass Sunday, guaranteed. Eagles kick ass Sunday. This is Joey G. I'll be at you during SmackDown. Be at you with the Grand Slam show tomorrow. My NFL picks for Sunday tomorrow. This is Joey G. I'm out. Peace.